InvestorIdeas.com podcast.
Good afternoon and welcome to another InvestorIdeas.com podcast, looking at cannabis news, stocks to watch, as well as insights from thought leaders and experts. Today we're looking at announcements from CRON Group Incorporated, trading on the NASDAQ as CRON and the TSXV as CRON, Neptune Technologies and Biosources Incorporated, trading on the NASDAQ as NEPT, and TSX as NEPT as well. FSD Pharma Incorporated, trading on the CSE as HUGE. CHRN Life Sciences Corporation, trading on the TSX Venture as KHRN, and CHOO.C, trading on the CSE as CHOO and the OTCQB as CHOO.F. First, looking at CRON Group Incorporated, who announced that CRON Australia has been granted a medicinal cannabis manufacturer license by the Australian Office of Drug Control. This license permits manufacturing of cannabinoid-based products in Australia and is required for all forms of extraction, refining, concentration, and transformation of the cannabis plant. We are thrilled that CRON Australia was granted the manufacturer license, circling out the licenses for domestic production, which include the medicinal cannabis cultivation license and research license, said Mike Gorenstein, CEO of CRON Group. This is a key step for expanding our research and product development while also allowing us to produce the full scope of cannabis products for the region. Next, looking at Neptune Technologies and Bioresources Incorporated, who today announced that it entered into a multi-year agreement with Cannabis Growth. Under the terms of the agreement, Neptune will supplement Cannabis Growth's extraction, refinement, and extraction product formulation capacity. We are truly excited to partner with such a great company as Cannabis Growth. This multi-year agreement, including minimum volume commitments, will be supported by Neptune's decades of experience in extraction, purification, and formulation of value-added differentiated science-based products, said Michael Timperio, president of Neptune's cannabis business. Next, looking at FSD Pharma Incorporated, who announced the signing of a partnership agreement between FV Pharma Incorporated, a wholly owned subsidiary of the company, and Canara Biotech Incorporated, effective May 31st of this year. The agreement creates the ability for the company to become the largest indoor medical cannabis growing operation in North America. Together, FV Pharma and Canara have combined floor space of over 1.245 million square feet of indoor growing capacity. Next, looking at CHRN Life Sciences Corporation, a Canadian integrated medical cannabis company with its core operations in Colombia, who announced today that its newly appointed Vice President of Compliance, Matt Murphy, appeared on CBS Network's June 17th airing of 60 Minutes to discuss important aspects of the U.S. opioid crisis. Murphy, a former chief in pharmaceutical investigations for the DEA, is an internationally recognized security expert with broad-based domestic and international expertise in the fields of drug law enforcement, risk assessment, and system development, regulatory compliance, and training. Murphy and other senior U.S. DEA agents revealed in the program detailed investigative accounts that expose a failure by the U.S. pharmaceutical industry to regulate itself and stem the massive flow of opioid-based painkillers into the consumer marketplace. In response to the problems highlighted in the CBS program, Mr. Murphy stated, "Opioid abuse is one of the greatest preventable global crises of our time. Yet research has found that the use of opioids and associated morbidity and mortality among vulnerable populations can be drastically reduced through properly managed and controlled medical cannabis programs." Next, looking at CHOO.C trademark, an emerging fully integrated cannabis company, who announced that it's advanced the build-out of its cannabis retail store network in Alberta and British Columbia. CHOO.C has secured the rights to an additional 7 retail locations in Alberta. CHOO.C has 25 leases in highly strategic and secure locations in Alberta and 24 applications submitted. CHOO.C has also secured 3 additional BC retail leases combined with the existing 7 for a total of 10 retail opportunities in BC. In all cases, the retail opportunities are subject to all necessary governmental and municipal approvals being granted. This number is expected to grow over the coming months as the company is currently negotiating additional leases with the intention of submitting applications for retail licenses. That's all for today's podcast. Podcast is now a certified word trademark on the blockchain through Cognate Incorporated CM certification. If you would like to be a guest or a sponsor of this podcast, please contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products or services or securities. Investors are reminded that all investment involves risk and possible loss of investment.